Imagine being in a hospital bed for 13 long years, unable to move, unable to speak, completely dependent on machines to stay alive. This is the reality of Harish Rana, a young man from Ghaziabad whose tragic accident left him in a permanent vegetative state. And now the Supreme Court of India has made a landmark decision allowing passive euthanasia for him. But before we go further, let's break it down. What exactly is euthanasia? Simply put, euthanasia is the act of ending someone's life deliberately to relieve extreme suffering caused by a serious illness or permanent medical condition. The term itself comes from Greek meaning good death. Think of it as choosing dignity over prolonged agony. Around the world, the rules about euthanasia vary. Some countries allow it under strict laws, while others consider it completely illegal. Passive versus active euthanasia. What's the difference? Passive euthanasia. Here, doctors don't actively end life. Instead, life support treatments or medicines that keep a patient alive are withdrawn, letting nature take its course. The goal is to minimize suffering while still providing comfort. This is legal in India under strict guidelines. Active euthanasia. This is when doctors actively do something to end life, like giving a lethal injection. In India, this is illegal. Only a few countries like the Netherlands and Belgium allow it under very strict supervision. In Harish Rana's case, doctor at AIIMS will carefully withdraw life support while ensuring he receives palliative care, meaning comfort and dignity until the very end. Why did this case reach the Supreme Court? Harish fell from the 4th floor of his hostel in 2013. Since then, he's been in a vegetative state. His condition is irreversible, and over the years, he has faced complications like bed sores. His parents, after years of caretaking, sought legal permission for passive euthanasia, and the Supreme Court had to step in to make this difficult decision. The bigger debate: dignity versus medical ethics. Euthanasia is not just a medical decision. It's a deep ethical question. Supporters argue that people suffering from incurable conditions deserve the right to die peacefully. Critics worry about misuse and emphasize that medical science should always focus on saving life. India's current law tries to balance both views by allowing passive euthanasia in critical cases. And in Harish Rana's situation, the decision is less about law and more about human compassion and dignity. In the end, this case forces us to reflect: what does a dignified life or a dignified death really mean? What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments. Till then, keep on watching India TV for all the latest updates.